We all have that one friend, the one who never runs out of ideas, especially when it comes to business. Whether it's a new app, a unique e-commerce platform, or a quirky service designed to meet some supposed unmet need, they're always brimming with the next big entrepreneurial dream. If you're reading this and thinking, "Oh, that's totally my friend," then you're in good company. The business idea friend is an intriguing type of personality. They seem to have boundless energy for new projects, and they constantly come up with ways to revolutionize an industry or create something innovative from scratch. But while it may seem like their ideas are coming out of nowhere, there's often more going on beneath the surface than we realize. So, what is it about these friends that makes them so endlessly creative? And how do we interact with them in a way that supports their entrepreneurial spirit while also maintaining a sense of balance? 1. The unstoppable brainstormer. First, let's break down the essence of this friend's personality. They are perpetual brainstormers, always thinking several steps ahead. While you might spend your evenings relaxing after work or catching up on the latest TV shows, this friend is likely sitting with a notebook or laptop, scribbling down ideas for a new business venture. They often carry around a notebook or phone filled with outlines, sketches, and notes for their various concepts. One week, they may tell you about a sustainable clothing line, and the next week, they're pitching a new app that will somehow change the way we shop for groceries. No matter what the business is, it always seems like it could be the next big thing, and that's what makes their energy so contagious. However, their ideas aren't always fully fleshed out, and that's a characteristic that separates the dreamer from the doer. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're wrong to have these ideas. It just means they're in the early stages of brainstorming, where everything is possible and every idea deserves attention. 2. The enthusiast entrepreneur. A big part of their personality is their unshakable optimism. They don't just see problems, they see opportunities. They look at the flaws in the world around them, the challenges we face, and think, how can I turn this into a business? And that's where their creative juices really begin to flow. It's easy to become jaded when it comes to business ideas. After all, many of us have heard about the next big idea and watched it fall flat. But for your friend, failure is simply a stepping stone to success. They're not discouraged when an idea doesn't pan out. In fact, they consider it a learning opportunity and move on to the next one. What sets them apart is their passion. It's not just about making money, it's about creating something meaningful. Whether it's an eco-friendly subscription box service or a tech startup designed to make life easier, their ideas always come from a place of excitement. They believe deeply in the value of their concepts and they want to bring them to life. 3. The drawback of being a constant idea generator. As much as we admire their creative spirit, the constant flow of business ideas can sometimes become overwhelming. One of the challenges of having a friend who is always coming up with new ideas is the inconsistency. One day, they're passionate about a specific business, and the next, they've moved on to something completely different. This can leave you wondering if they're truly committed to any of their ideas, or if they're just serial starters who never finish anything. While some ideas may turn into successful ventures, others might never get off the ground. The tendency to jump from one idea to the next can sometimes be a sign of a lack of focus or commitment. The enthusiasm is there, but the follow-through? Not always. This is the dichotomy of the constant idea generator. The excitement of the beginning without always seeing it through to the end. As a friend, it can be hard to know whether you should offer advice, offer support, or just nod along and hope for the best. 4. The role of a friend in supporting the entrepreneurial spirit. If you're the type of person who listens patiently while your friend talks about their latest and greatest business idea, you're already fulfilling a critical role in their entrepreneurial journey. Sometimes all they need is someone to bounce ideas off of. This can be incredibly valuable to them, as it helps them clarify their thoughts and refine their concepts. However, there's a balance to be struck. As a friend, it's important to show support, but also to gently guide them toward focusing on one idea at a time. Acknowledge their creativity, but also encourage them to prioritize and take concrete steps toward launching a project instead of endlessly brainstorming. You don't want to be a dream crusher, but you also want to help them focus their energy where it will do the most good. Hand 5. The financial side of the friend with constant business ideas. Another key aspect to consider is the financial side of these entrepreneurial endeavors. Ideas are cheap. It's the execution and the resources that make or break a business. Your friend might have a new business idea every month, but if they don't have the necessary financial backing, expertise, or dedication, those ideas will remain just that, ideas. For some of these friends, the constant flow of ideas might signal an underlying insecurity. They're looking for something that will stick, but they haven't yet found the formula for success. The pursuit of business ventures becomes an almost obsessive need to prove themselves or find financial freedom. As their friend, it's important to recognize when they're being overly ambitious or spreading themselves too thin. You might want to gently point out that they could consider seeking mentorship or maybe even going back to school to gain the skills needed to properly launch a business. Offering practical solutions can help ground their dreamer tendencies. Challenge 6. When the idea becomes reality. Of course, there are times when a business idea does succeed. The friend who's always thinking about the next big thing might eventually hit on something that resonates with others. When that happens, it's a thrilling moment for everyone involved. You watch them brainstorm the concept, help refine it, and eventually launch it into the world. It's like being a part of something monumental. Whether it's a tech startup, a physical product, or a service, their excitement becomes infectious. You feel proud of them for sticking with an idea and making it work, despite all the previous ideas that didn't quite come to fruition. Watching their business succeed is a testament to their persistence and vision. 7. The takeaway. Embrace the entrepreneurial spirit. In the end, having a friend who always has a new business idea can be both exciting and challenging. Their passion and creativity are contagious, even if they don't always follow through. As friends, it's important to support them, but also to offer some gentle guidance towards staying focused and grounded. But perhaps the most important thing to remember is that they remind us of the beauty of possibility. These friends live in a world of endless potential, and they push us to think outside the box, embrace new challenges, and never stop dreaming. They remind us that there's no limit to what can be achieved when you let your imagination roam free. So the next time your friend pitches another business idea, don't roll your eyes or sigh in exasperation. Instead, take a moment to appreciate the enthusiasm and vision they bring into your life. Who knows? Maybe one of these ideas will turn into something truly remarkable. And whether they succeed or fail, it's all part of the journey of being an entrepreneur, and an even bigger part of being a friend.